Hey guys, welcome back to Coin Knowledge. So we're going to be looking over a new gaming launch here that actually did take place on the 27th of January this year. So whereas the market is currently down, we're seeing gaming as an overall sector getting hammered right now. We still need to take the time to actually take a look at these projects that are deciding to launch in these current market conditions, because even though the sector is down, I'm still extremely bullish on gaming, as you guys know. So let's take a look at the project. Let's take a look at this chart, what is going on here. But as always, before we get into the thick of the video, if you guys do get value out of the content here, if you guys could subscribe to the channel and like the video, this part means a lot. So if you take a look at it, the project is Funtico. Now we know we've been covering the Avalanche ecosystem for years now at this point. Now when we look at gaming chains, gaming ecosystems, I still believe that Avalanche is the gaming chain for this cycle, with all the partnerships that they've been having throughout the bear market, bull market, everything they have going on in their ecosystem. I think gaming on Avalanche just makes sense. One, we haven't seen gaming run. We haven't seen Avalanche run strongly, not nearly as ecosystems like Solana and Base. So when we take a look at Funtico launching on Avalanche, again, that's why we talk about Avalanche initially. So this project did launch on Avalanche on the 27th of January, and like a lot of gaming projects in the whole, again, market as a whole, it has been down since then. Granted, that was literally only about a little over a week ago at this point, so the chart is not much to study. We'll come back to this here in a little bit. Now, if we look at what Funtico actually is, again, they say that they're the next frontier Web3 gaming, but they actually are more than that. They're a gaming ecosystem. They actually have a few games that are actually live in their ecosystem. They can actually play and earn, so there is an earning mechanism and earning potential within their ecosystem, which I do think is important for some gaming projects. Again, we saw the rise of actually play to earn, in 2021 cycle, where stuff like Axie Infinity and a few other titles, obviously, where people actually were going into the ecosystem, playing the games and actually earning. So there is something worth making note of that. So they do have these giant prize pools. Again, we see here, their total guaranteed monthly prize pool is 100,000 USDT. So they have been paying out in USDT up until this point. I believe they are either going to continue paying out in USDT, or they're going to move on to paying out either or with their native token, their TICO token of their ecosystem. So each month, our players are going to have multiple chances in ways to compete in different grand finale formats or final formats for the opportunity to win giant prizes with a guaranteed prize pool worth at least 100,000. With, again, they make it seem like it could potentially be more. So if you guys have been taking advantage of the Funtico ecosystem, let me know. This project has been building for months, years at this point. So this is not just a brand new project, whereas their token might have just TGE'd. The project has been around for some time now, still building, which is why they do have a player base and games live in their ecosystem, and having those tournaments also is key. Now we look at their ecosystem, speaking of which, we can take a look that they have their Funtico platform, which is the incentive-driven platform where you can actually get in there, play these games, and actually earn potentially. So if we look at the the Tico or the Funtico platform, when AI meets gaming, so they have a couple of different things here. So if we look back at their Brainy AI game, again, this is just one of their games. The Brainy AI, which oversees fraud detection systems, AI agents, NFT. It's just playing again on the trends, just one of their games. But when we actually scroll down, you see all their different games here. Again, you can get in here and play these games and potentially, work towards those grand prizes. So again, coming back to that, actually earning in the ecosystem. But a lot of games, I mean, what do we have here? Like 10 games that are currently live that you can play. So a lot of games. So it's not just vaporware. They actually have product. They have an earning potential. The team has been here building. Now when we speak back to the team, we'll come back to them here in a little bit, as that is one of the next things we'll be covering. But again, they have their games, Funtico Tech. So not only are they a place where you can play games, but their tech stack also creates a secure, sustainable Web3 ecosystem for all players, developers, and partners as well. So we look at their ecosystem. Again, when we look at it, they also want to mention that they make it so Web2 games can also build using their API and SDK integration. This helps with teams that want to leverage blockchain technology without totally rewriting the ideas from the ground up. So essentially, it's also a little bit of an infra play, for letting Web2 games potentially use their SDK, their API, and actually using their tech to potentially get into Web3. So that is worth mentioning with the Funtico platform as well. So when we look at it, they have their hub. Now with their team here, Doc's team, so that is always worth mentioning with any project. So you can actually look at their team, what have they, what are they doing? You see their LinkedIn, their faces, names, their experience here as well. Some of them have a little bit of a blurb, obviously, underneath their name as far as what they've been doing. But this team is huge. I mean, it is literally over 110 people now at this point, with decades of experience in the gaming industry as well. So we take a look. We see some of these projects we recognize from, Web3, like Gala Games. Then they have a couple other like titans in the Web2, typical traditional gaming sense, like Ubisoft, CDK, Project Red, people behind games like The Witcher, obviously, Cyberpunk 2077, I want to say something like that, Square Enix, Gameloft. I mean, these are huge games, huge titles in the space, and then a couple other, companies as well. Board of advisors and backers, partnerships. We see they have a couple partnerships with different projects in the gaming space as well, like Games Radar. I want to say Chicken was another project on Avalanche, Spike, Lazy Lions, GameSwift, Milk Road, Gaming Wire. Again, so a couple of partnerships here. Futures, what they've been on their roadmap. You can take a look at it. So you can actually see that they have been building literally since 2021, 2023. They've been building throughout that time, and then they really hit hard, 2024 with their TGE finally happening in Q1 2025 as well. So kind of an in-depth roadmap. Also, they have their blogs here. And that's kind of a blurb on their main website. Now, if we take a look at leading up to this launch, everything you need to know about the Tico launch put out by Funtico here. Again, this already obviously happened on January 27th, but the token will launch on Avalanche to start powering Funtico's Web3 gaming ecosystem, blending AI-driven systems, cross-chain integration, and premium content. But more there is, more to keep reading. I messed that one up. So core of Funtico's on-chain gaming vision. Again, we'll take a look at their tokenomics here next. They actually did launch on a couple centralized exchange listings, so they didn't just go the only DEX route, which you've seen other gaming projects go. So we take a look back at the token. We can see that it is at an $87 million FTV currently, with a circulating market cap of around 16 million. Now it's not verified, obviously, on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, CryptoRank, but when we take a look at their tokenomics here, we see the initial breakdown of it. Now, something worth mentioning is that a huge chunk of it is obviously for early investors in the team, so that is worth mentioning. You could obviously pause the video here if you do want to take a look at this a little bit more in depth. We'll scroll down a little bit. Again, you can pause it if you want to look at this allocation, or it is right here in their white paper. So as always, please do your own research. And if we look at the distribution here, same thing. Again, it actually breaks it down more right here. But if we look at the broader, quite easy to look at chart, we see right now is about 1.8 billion Tico in circulating roughly. And if we look at 6 months from now, it'll be maybe around 3 billion, and then a year from now it'll be over that 5, maybe 6 billion. So just realize that there is going to be some dilution between now and the end of 2025. Just be aware of that. But obviously, I would be looking at a project like this, potentially, obviously not financial advice, in a gaming run. This is when you want to have these projects on your radar, not during a gaming run, but beforehand, so you can get in early and catch that narrative on the way up, not when it's already at its peak. So there's a little bit of the dilution. Obviously, just be aware of that. But when we look at the project here, one reason why I wanted to highlight Funtico here today is that it launched on Avalanche. Again, I think that Avalanche is a slept-on ecosystem, in my personal opinion, especially when it does come to the gaming sector. And we see that gaming as a whole is down. I mean, we see so many gaming projects, even stuff like Beam, which is literally down 50% on the 1 month. So whereas this chart does look terrible, literally coming out and going straight down, 46% down, just realize that, in my opinion, this is not purely just because of Funtico. So many gaming projects are feeling the pain right now. So I do think Funtico is a solid project. Now, would I be buying it right now? I would not personally. Obviously, you guys do you. I could always be wrong here, but we've seen time and time again, unless it is like a fair launch, either no dilution or very little dilution, which we've seen other previous gaming projects do. Obviously, they did not go that route. They did launch on centralized exchange listings. There is that dilution with those unlocks that are going to be coming, and it is a new gaming token, TGE, where gaming is not currently running. This is why I say potentially put Funtico on your watch list if you're looking for gaming plays, more, gaming web or studio plays, more of an ecosystem play underneath one individual token on the Avalanche ecosystem, because I think that we will see Avalanche, one, as an L1 and as a token, break its all-time highs. You guys know that that's my thesis here. And I think that we will see gaming on Avalanche, really see a lot of liquidity start flowing into the space and hitting all these gaming projects. So have Funtico on your watch list. But as far as new launches in the gaming sector on Avalanche, I think Funtico is one that I was pretty excited for, obviously, and I wanted to let you guys know about it because it is a new launch on Avalanche. It's just, unfortunately, their launch, did come at a bad time with the current market conditions, as the market obviously took a nosedive, as we've all seen here recently. But when we look at what they're trying to build, again, they have all these games that are currently live already on their platform. You actually get in here and earn money, so I think that is going to potentially drive more attention, more players actually into their ecosystem. They do seem to have quite a bit of partnerships. When we look at their overall Twitter, they see where Web3 gaming meets AI. We can see that they put out constant updates, again, shouting out all their tournaments, their leaderboards, again, just ways to earn into the project. But they have been, we take a look at, they've been on here since 2023, but I believe the project's been building since before then, around that time. I want to say this is one that has been building in the background for a lot, but we've just been waiting for it to TGE, obviously, to actually look at how it was going to launch, at what evaluation. But as far as the Twitter goes, they put out constant updates. That isn't something they skimp out on, in my opinion. A lot of it is literally just about their games. You can actually earn on the games. Again, we see with the TGE a lot of announcements there as well. But either way, guys, that is Funtico, one of the newest launches in the gaming sector on Avalanche. Take a look at it. Let me know your guys' opinion in the comments below. Let me know if you're a fan of Funtico. Have you actually earned anything, had a chance to take part in their ecosystem by any of their games? Is there other newer gaming launches, Avalanche or not, that you guys want my opinion on? Let me know that in the comments below. But as always, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch the video here today. If you guys want a way of supporting the channel, there is a Patreon linked below. And if you guys got value out of the video here, if you guys could like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.